Combativity Award, which is given out every single day on the Tour de France, apart from some exceptional circumstances. Sponsored by Century 21. Richard Carapaz, who has a couple of stage victories to his name, also that polka dot jersey to his name as well. What has been a really successful tour for the EF Education Easy Post rider. Well, he has another prize there as the super combative rider of the tour.
Alongside David Lamartien, the president of the UCI.
Voilà le super combatif de ce Tour de France qu'on applaudit. S'il vous plaît, mesdames, messieurs, de plus en plus fort. Vous le retrouverez évidemment un petit peu plus tard. Mais là, c'est bel et bien le super combatif désigné par le public et le jury qui est récompensé par Century 21. Voilà Charles Marina qui s'enthousiasme et on le comprend.
Oh, brandishing the trophy with pride, indeed. A two-time stage winner on the Tour de France 2026, and Orsière Merlet and Alpe d'Huez adding to the Super Dévoluy title he had from a few years back. And of course, we'll see more of him in a few minutes' time.
Et bien voilà donc Richard Carapaz qui va quitter le podium protocolaire sous l'ovation du public des Champs-Élysées. Et dans quelques instants, un autre tableau. Et là, ce n'est pas un champion qu'on va accueillir, mais une équipe championne, celle qui a remporté le classement des équipes dans quelques instants.
Well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the leaders and winners, shall I say, of the team classification, brought to you by Basic Fit.
So now the team classification. Richard Carapaz has collected the first of more than one title for him, and well, Quinn Simmons won the Best Teammate Award, and it's his team who are going to stand atop the podium. Quinn Simmons, another rider involved in many breakaways, 25-year-old from the United States of America, who became the US national champion just before the Tour, and they have more than one champion in their number, of course, with Matthias Vacek, the Czechia champion as well. But Little Trek with Juan Ayuso, Derek G. West, Mads Pedersen, Quinn Simmons, Matthias Gelmoza, Tom Skoinch, Matthias Vacek and Carlos Verona are the team that hold aloft. Best team of this year's Tour de France.
And congratulated as well by Xavier Jean, president of the French National Cycling League.
Voilà l'équipe évidemment qui était en tête du classement quasiment sur la globalité de ce Tour de France. On peut les applaudir encore plus fort s'il vous plaît, avec un trophée évidemment en forme d'haltère. Basic Fit, c'est la remise en forme, c'est l'entretien du corps, et c'est aussi pourquoi pas la musculation pour ceux qui veulent se sculpter un corps de rêve.
Well, there you have it, the team classification once again as we invite them to vacate the official podium, brought to you by Basic Fit. And as they say in French, Basic Fit, go for it.
Voilà, donc dans quelques instants, prochain tableau, et merci à Xavier Jean et à Erika Van Vonderen Anne d'avoir été
Well, Team Little Trek being a little reticent about leaving the stage.
L'équipe de ce Tour de France, voilà, Quinn Simmons, star du peloton évidemment, donc très applaudi tout au long de ses passages.
Quinn Simmons
le long des
announced there as one of the stars of the peloton, certainly has been throughout this tour with his look-alike, and then with his dad coming along to the tour as well. Just so proud of his son, and Quinn Simmons talking about just those pinch-me moments that he experienced during this year's Tour de France when he came on to some of the most mythical climbs of the Tour de France, and when he did so, finding himself out in front, roared on by the crowds, and just said that that's an experience that you don't necessarily think you're ever going to experience. There's confirmation that Little Trek ousted UAE team Emirates XRG by one place. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe in third, and Decathlon CMA CGM team down in fourth position.
Coming up next, the white jersey.
Well, the white jersey won by a great talent of the sport, Isaac Del Toro, just 22 years of age, hails from Mexico, cheered on by his team. He's had a good year so far. He won Tirreno Adriatico, he won Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes. He has 30 wins in his career. It is a palmarès that is certain to keep on growing. He won stage 2 of this year's Tour de France, and he had 7 top 5 finishes on this year's race as well. A very worthy winner of the white jersey at this year's race.
Voilà, félicité par les hôtesses Chris, bien sûr en présence de Michel Callot, président de la Fédération française de cyclisme, et d'Alexandre Lebouc, président de Chris Group.
Well, Isaac is congratulated by Alexander Lebouc, the president of Chris Group, alongside Michel Callot, the president of the French Cycling Federation.
Eh bien voilà, les applaudissements, l'ovation des Champs-Élysées pour le jeune champion mexicain révélé il y a 3 ou 4 ans de cela sur un certain Tour de l'Avenir. Il a évidemment bien confirmé tout le bien que l'on pensait de lui. Ah, Torito, Torito.
Well, there you have it, the 20th Avenue des Champs-Élysées. It doesn't get any better than this.
Eh bien voilà, donc Torito, Isaac Del Toro Romero, c'est son appellation complète qui redescend les marches de la gloire pour ce maillot blanc de meilleur jeune. Vous le reverrez, Isaac Del Toro, puisqu'il reviendra évidemment. Il a terminé, on le rappelle, 3e. Il est donc sur le podium de ce Tour de France.
And we'll see him later on, of course, as he finishes the third in terms of the general classification stage winner on stage number 2 down in Barcelona, the start of the 113th edition of the Tour de France. Just being congratulated out there by his teammates, the rest of the UAE Emirates XRG staff as well. What a tour it's been. Second on GC for the Giro in the past as well.
Voilà, mesdames, messieurs, dans quelques instants.
So there's confirmation of those white jersey standings. Paul Success finishing in second place, Lenny Martinez in third. So 2 Frenchmen just off the podium. And back up onto the podium after winning that super combative award, we have Richard Carapaz. He became the most successful South American Grand Tour rider during this tour when he took first his 9th and then 2 days later his 10th stage victories on the Tour de France. Well, Grand Tour wins, that is, of course. 8 stages previously had been held by Luis Herrera and Nairo Quintana of Colombia, but it is the Ecuadorian who holds that record now of the most Grand Tour stage wins from South America. Second time winning the King of the Mountains at the Tour de France for Richard Carapaz, and a quite outstanding victory. He had a brilliant last week.
Eh bien voilà, Richard Carapaz, un garçon aussi souriant dans la vie qu'il est évidemment combatif sur le vélo. Eh oui, c'est un